Okay. Nope. I need to like say like right now. Nope. Like I said. Like, stay. Hi guys! And welcome back to my channel. You see camera. But I thought I'd do a mukbang or whatever they're called. Like eat with me. Time to KFC. I only got 2 things, so it's not that interesting. I got a crispy chicken sandwich. And mashed potatoes, so yeah. It's currently raining. Like, the day that I'm off, it's raining. So yeah, I'm off from work today. And I just gotta drink at home. So like, yeah. The work has been going good. I'm sick. I think I've been sick for like a month now. But I finally figured out what is wrong with me because I went to the hospital last Friday. Yeah, I went to the hospital last Friday because I was at work and I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, like I was front line, like I was drive through or whatever, and so like sorry, all of a sudden, like I don't know what came over me, but something washed over me where I felt like I was gonna pass out. Like I was like blacking out, like full on, like I was seeing black spots. I was about to pass out, so I went to the manager and I was like, I hate to do this because I know we're short staffed. I hate to do this, but can I leave because I feel like I'm gonna pass out. She's like, yeah, ask the other manager. So I asked the other manager. She said, I don't have a problem with it. You can go. So I clocked out and left. So I went home to lay down because like normally when I feel like I'm about to pass out, it'll go away in a few, you know, a few like 30 minutes or whatever, it'll go away. But when I tell you, I lay down for a little bit and I literally felt like I was dying. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like I felt like I was dying. So we went to so I decided after I lay down for a little bit that I was like, no, like it's not going away. So I drove myself to the hospital. So I drove myself to the hospital and what happened was so that was a funny story. And so I went to they took me back. They did an IV on this side of my arm. Apparently I have baby veins. I never knew. But apparently I have baby veins. So they put one on this side. I don't have the bruise anymore, but they put it on that side. But she couldn't get blood out of it. So I was like, okay. So she was like, oh, you just leave that, you need to do the IV, you know? And so that happened. So then she did my arm, my hands, trying to get blood. Still couldn't get blood, so she left. Another nurse came in, finally got blood on this hand. So there you go. And then, so the nurse came in. He was like, okay, we'll start fluids. So we started fluids on where the IV was at, on the left arm. When I tell you that hurt so bad, I was like, ouch, ouch. She was like, oh, stop in a minute. You know, like I was like, most of the time, like when your body has to get used to fluids going in, it never stopped hurting. I was like, no, it hurts. And then, like, he was like pushing on it to see if it was like in venous or whatever. And he was like, no, it's swelling, so he had to take it out. So he removed that one and then put one on this arm. And when he started fluids, it hurt for like a second and then it stopped. I was like, okay. By this time, my sister and my boyfriend was there. So, did fluids, and then I had to go do a urine sample. So I was like, okay, fine. Now, mind you, this is like what like irked my boyfriend was like, they asked me when I went in if there was a chance I could be pregnant, and I was like, no, there's no chance of me being pregnant. So, like, literally no chance of me being pregnant. And instead of listening to me, or whatever, they decided to do a pregnancy test in front of my boyfriend. So I guess they assumed that we were together. I guess I'm like, I guess so. And yeah, I did it right in front of my boyfriend. They didn't even say they were doing it. Like, they just did it. And of course it came out negative. Like, I know my body. I know what I did. And I know what I didn't do. So yeah. And when it came out to me, they said I was dehydrated. So there we go. So after Friday, I felt so much better. After Friday, after getting fluids, I was like, woof. But yeah, that happened. Besides that, I feel like I've been sick for like a month because I've been nauseated for like 2-ish weeks, and I never figure out why. And I think it is because I have a sinus infection, and this sinus infection didn't show up like my normal sinus infections, so I didn't know. So I started on medication for that, so hopefully that goes away in a few days. So yeah. So yeah, I did that, and I was like, it's like been crazy. Like, I know in my Christmas video I said my mom died, but like I never went like full detail. Like, it's just like she went in to the hospital on the 23rd of November, and then we had to decide to let her go on the 24th, which was Thanksgiving, which was I'll give you a short story. I won't drag it out. But what happened was, so my mom had breast cancer. She found it earlier last year. We're doing chemo and doing everything that needed to be. But chemo put her in AFib, which when you're AFib, you have to be on blood thinners, so that's that. So everything was fine. She started chemo again in November. Everything was fine. Tuesday, she was fine. Wednesday morning, she was perfectly fine. Then we went to the store. We got stuff for Thanksgiving and everything like that. She was fine. She went to take a nap, and then after that, she started talking out of her head, but we thought it was from the painkillers because she's been doing that for like a week now, because the week prior, she was in the hospital for a gut infection caused by painkillers, so she came off painkillers. So we just thought it was just like, you know, the painkillers. So that happened. So that night I fixed dinner. Like I said, that was like really confusing the whole day. But I fixed dinner, and then she ate. We lay down. She lay down. I lay down because yeah. So when she woke up, it was pretty bad. When she woke up, I heard her, so I went in the living room to see what see how she was, and. She was like leaning back on the back of the couch. Right? So I was like, "Are you alright?" And she asked me, "I was like, are you alright? You okay? You okay?" Because she didn't look right. She didn't look okay. And she said, "No." Oh, excuse me. She said, "No, I'm not okay." So I was like, "Okay." So she was laying there, and then like she flopped over, like full on like flopped over. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna call 911," because like something was telling me like something's not right here. So I called 911. While I'm on the phone with 911, she said she lays back down, lays back on the couch. So there I am. And she said, "Oh, I gotta throw up." So I was like, "Okay." So So I handed her the trash can while I was on the phone 911. So, what happened was, and then she flopped over again. And then she laid all the way back on the couch. And that's when she stopped responding. Like, no response whatsoever. So, finally the ambulance gets there. She's not responding. She's not even responding to, like, sternal rubs. She's not responding at all. So, while the paramedics are doing whatever they're doing, I am calling my siblings. I'm calling my boyfriend. By the time I get to my boyfriend, like, I was, like, I lost it. I lost my shit. And, so they took her to the ambulance. We went to the hospital. And, like, I'm not trying to make this story long because it's pretty long. What happened was, she was, so it took like hours before we were back to see her. And when we saw her, the doctor there said it was a brain bleed. And it was pretty bad. And that they were going to transfer her to another hospital with a better neurosurgeon. So I was like, okay. So I signed all the paperwork that I needed to sign or whatever. And then, so when she was about to be transferred, me and my sister left. And my brother left earlier to get stuff so he can, like, get something to eat or whatever. So, me and my sister were about to leave. And the doctor pulls us to the side. Oof. And, the doctor pulls us to the side and was like, most people don't come back from this because of how bad it was. So, of course, that spirals me and my sister out. And then, so we went. So I followed my sister home, dropped her car off, she got in my car, and we went to the hospital because, like, at the time I'm not used to driving at nighttime, so everything looks different at nighttime, so I don't know exactly where I'm going, so my sister wanted to ride with me so I can know where I'm going. We pulled up at the same time my mom does. They airlifted her to the hospital, which she would have hated. Full on. She would have hated. And, so, wait a few minutes, we're in the ER, we're joking, laughing, playing around, like, my mom's responding to us. She was moving her foot. Well, she would mainly respond to me with my voice, but she was moving her foot and everything. And then we got to the NICU, or the neurosurgeon ICU. We were in the waiting room. They did another MRI on her, and the bleeding then got worse. So the doctor said, basically the doctor said, this is like the short version, is that she had a 3% chance of coming out of this if she survived the surgery. Like, she would have to survive the surgery to have that 3% chance. And I was like, I'm not going to do that to my mom. I told my siblings that. Like, I knew what my mom wanted, and if she was ever on life support and there was no chance, just to pull, because we never wanted that, okay? So, we all were in agreement that if she didn't have a chance of coming out of this, then I wasn't going to have the surgery, and I wasn't going to put her to death, period. So that's what happened. So we tried to get everyone there so they could say their goodbyes or whatever. And then around 6 o'clock, we decided to pull the tube out. She passed the 608. But she didn't want to go. She was like fighting. She was still fighting. So she was still fighting. But yeah, that's what happened. She had a massive brain brain. What it was on her death certificate, like, I found out exactly what happened. Because at the hospital, I felt guilty as... Whew. What happened was she had a stroke. She had a stroke that most likely She had a stroke that most likely caused an aneurysm to bust, and when you're on blood thinners, it makes it worse. But then again, like with an aneurysm, not a lot of people survive aneurysms. That's a hard thing to, you know, survive. So that's what happened. So well, let me know if you guys want me to do more of these. I can. So yeah. It's like really raining now. Well, thank you for eating with me, if you ate with me. Let me know if you want me to do more of these, and I will. Alright, so yeah, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.